Hello everybody, Drew here, tip of the Mitt Flips, where I'm a stay-at-home dad and a part-time eBay reseller. And every 100 subscribers is a giveaway. So if you're watching, make sure you subscribe so you have a chance to win. I had a great sales weekend, 17, 19 orders going out, something like that. Unfortunately, it's a Monday, I got golf on Mondays, all that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna pull everything. Not everything has to go out today, so it's not a problem, but I don't know. Just because I try to sell things that are easy to pack, I'll probably get them all out today. But let's go ahead and pull them, see what's sold. First thing going out, it's a book. Mother Goose, a treasury, blah, blah, blah. I didn't read the rest of it. Down here. And it is a big book. Right there. Mother Goose, a treasury of best love rhymes. Took an offer on that one. $15 free shipping. That is from my childhood book collection, so cost of $0. And then next up, these went best retail arbitrage I've ever bought. It is D5 2023 Hot Wheels Fast and the Furious 10-pack, and I will just grab both of them now because both of the remaining ones sold. Turnaround was like 1 week, maybe 10 days. I was the cheapest listing. I wanted to be the cheapest listing. I wanted to buy them, sell them. I'm not trying to hold out for extra dollars, because it's a collectible. Collectible markets, the bottom of those dump out all the time. So I didn't want to hold on to them. Or someone could go to their Walmart and realize, oh, my Walmart's got 40 of these, and the market can drop that way. Either way, I'm very happy. $44.99 plus shipping. That was on a 10% off sale. So if you do find these, $49.99 plus shipping is a great price. If you want to hold out, you might get a little more. If you want to run a sale like I do, you'll get a little less. But sold very quickly, very happy. And then next up, it's a book. The Jerusalem Bible Readers Edition, 1968. Ah, right here, this big old thick boy. Jerusalem Bible. For that book, $14.99 free shipping. I don't know. I paid a few bucks for a stack of books, but I think I only listed 2 of them, so I might have paid $1 for that book. But either way, $14.99 free shipping on a book. Even if I paid $1 for it, that's cool with me. And I bought it this summer, so listed a month-ish. Next up, B3I is a 1979 Indian craft belt buckle. And this was a bad buy. I paid $4 for it. That's why it was a bad buy. Belt buckles, I do well with. I'm probably breaking even on this one. But what happened is I went to list this, and there was like 10 of these listed, and I think maybe 1 sold. So I listed it as the cheapest and accepted the first offer that came through. $10.75 free shipping. So like I said, probably breaking even, but it was a bad buy. And if I can unload a bad buy and end up even, that's still, I'm okay with that. There are worse things. I could have that $4 sitting around in that drawer forever. And then next up, one of my favorite things to sell, C1, is 3 Miller Lite foam can koozies. And I always say, and recently sold, a little spot on that one, I'll probably wipe that off. Actually, I will wipe that off before I send it out. I didn't notice when I was taking pictures, and it looks like it'll come off, even though it may be pictured in the listing. If I can get it off there, why wouldn't I? But with koozies, I like to stack them up. I recently sold a lot of them. Get to a nice round number. I like 10, but you know, whatever makes you happy. Of all different, more colorful the better. They sell really good in large lots. But I looked this one up because I said Miller Lite, that seems like something if I just lot these together, I'll still make good money, which I got. $19.99 free shipping. That might have been my list price, but that's a little under half of what I got for the lot of 10 of them. That was a good decision on my part. There are certain ones that you can list by themselves that do have a good value. Igloo, the Igloo ones. That last lot I sold had 1 Igloo one in it, and I could have sold that by itself, but I thought it added some value to the lot. And then always look out for the gel koozies, the one that have the blue gel inside of them, specifically the Coca-Cola ones. I want to say you get $30+ plus. I've sold them a few times, but it's been a while. But If it does have the gel in it, make sure the gel is in it. I don't know if it dries out over time or they can spring a leak or whatever, but one time I did have one where you could just see the gel was mostly missing. So I'm thinking it evaporates over time. I don't know, but the Coca-Cola gel koozies, look out for those. And then next up, again, the Fast and Furious Hot Wheels pack, $44.99 plus shipping. And then after that, it's a CD, Turn the Radio Off, Real Big Fish. It's a great album. I mean, great. Real Big Fish is such a fun band. I have seen them live, I don't know, more than 1, less than 5 times, but 2 for sure. I used to go to Warped Tour every single year, so I've seen more bands than I remember even seeing them, because when you see 20 bands in a day and you do that every year, sometimes it just blurs together. Sometimes there's some beers involved. Sometimes they put it, well, almost all the time, they put it in a parking lot. So you have thousands of people in a parking lot. If it's a warm day, the radiant heat of the people alone will raise the temperature. Then you're in a parking lot. I've been to some where people were dying. Actually, one time, a buddy and I, they ran out of water. They ran out. So if, like, that's not like, oh, you know, I didn't want to buy a water, da 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 da. That's like an emergency situation. It's 95 degrees in a parking lot at concert, and you don't have water to buy. Not, like, people were drinking they had those hand washing stations. $8.99 free shipping for that. It will go medium mail. They have those hand washing stations, and what it does is the water you wash your hands with goes back in, goes through a filter of some degree, and comes back out so people can wash their hands. People were drinking that water. It was desperation mode. I saw an adult man buy his 2 preteen children beer because they needed something to drink. That's a terrible choice. A Coca-Cola might have been better, but even that, they ran out of pop. They had Diet Coke. You could get beer or Diet Coke, every other liquid at the concert, which Warped Tours aren't small. These are huge, huge events. Was gone. A buddy of mine took it into our own hands, saw that on the other side of this fence we were standing by, there was a case of water for the bands, which is great. Of course, they also need water. They're out there sweating and working. So we happened to peel the fence back a little bit, grab a case of water, took 3 or 4 for ourselves, and handed them out to thirsty people around us. That is a crime I will admit to and proudly wear. I don't care. It was, they're lucky no one died. That's the thing. How do you not have enough water at a concert? To sell, not to give away, to sell. How do you not have enough? Just, it was insane. I was also a child, 16, 15, something like that. Just in case there's a cop watching. Next up, it's a hat in the hat section. Ted Williams, number 9, Boston. I am not a backer, a proponent for theft, but I think in that situation, most would forgive me. Here we go. And I'm okay with this hat filing system I have here, but it doesn't hold as many as I thought it would. So has anybody got any good hat storage thoughts? And here's the hat right here. Ted Williams, number 9. Got this in a Mikhail mystery box, so I paid less than $1. Listed $24.99, I think. Took an offer, $20 free shipping. Hats, let me rephrase that, always put in a box. Usually the box I use is an eBay 8x6x4. Sometimes it's a tight fit. If the bill is curved, you put it the long way. If the bill is flat, you put it the other way. And sometimes you gotta mash the top down just a little bit. But a lot of sellers, a shocking amount of sellers, ship their hats in a poly bag. So if I gotta smoosh it just a little bit to get it to you and use a box, I think you're okay with it. I've never had a complaint at all. I've actually had nothing but positive responses. And while I'm thinking about it, speaking of feedback, eBay feedback system is adding photos for buyers. And I saw this on a Shed Flips video, they mentioned it, and they were like, okay, it could be a positive, could be a negative, it's, to be determined. I think for me, personally, I think it's gonna be a extreme positive, because I get nothing but positive feedback. I have had 3 negative feedback ever. One I would say was, I don't even want to say warranted, but I would say I accepted it. It was their right to do that, I guess. And then the other 2 were completely fraudulent, but I'm not going to take the time to try to get it taken down. I don't care to waste that time. It costs me more money than it's worth. But I think it's going to actually work out great, because those comments you get, those feedback you get, where they're very happy about the item, now they might, hey, check out this thing you sold me in my collection. Check out this cool hat you sold me. And they'll have a picture of the hat. People like to show off their thing they got. I think it's going to be a positive for good sellers and a negative for bad sellers, just like feedback is in general. Next up, B2 is a lot of Atari games. B2, and it is this box back here. And I overfilled this shelf, so now I gotta move stuff to get to it, but such is life. If I'm overfilling shelves, that means I got a lot of stuff listed, right? That's a good thing, right? And I will, of course, I don't know, I probably won't repack it, but I'll open it and put some packing material in there. But it was a lot of 8 games sold as untested, and they all looked very clean. Just, I wasn't going to go through the work of testing them. It doesn't add enough value for me to take the time. That's the thing. I used to just always do it almost as a favor, test everything, which you should test electronics and things, but I would dismantle systems, clean them, refurbish them, all that kind of stuff, and it would only get me a couple extra bucks, $5-10 maybe, and it would take me 2 hours to do it. That's silliness. I can't waste that kind of time. But those, most of them came with manuals, but then I have a collection, I don't know, storage of Atari manuals. I also have a stack of Xbox ones, all that kind of stuff. I do keep those because having a complete game does increase the value quite a bit. And so I was able to throw in a couple that was missing, including, besides the ones that came with it, $23.99 plus shipping. I got those from my friend Mike. Thank you, Mike, going out today. Next up, B1C is a, let me take the phone with me. B1C is a Wii 3 collection doll wig. And these hats need to get relocated into here. So I'll sit that there so I forget about it. Okay, so we're looking for a Wii 3, which is these small ones down here. And it's going to be a Jenny, blonde, 8-9. I think I nailed it, because that's a Jenny Auburn. We got some back here. Just make sure there's not more than one. Madeline, Estelle, nailed it. And for that $12.99 free shipping, I've actually grown to not really care for the ones in the box because they take more effort to pack. I would rather them be $1 cheaper and not be the ones in the box. Even though, I mean, and also the box really doesn't add value. So in hindsight, probably could have just, because they also have a tag, probably just could have sold them with the tag. It's still new. I don't know. It's not that big of a deal. Just something to complain about, I guess. When you got a bunch of sales, you got to find something to complain about, right? Next up is a Pokemon card. I actually had to pack up I didn't have to, but I packed up a TCG player order earlier. This is a good one. One card, $24.99. So profits on that is plus $20 plus. I mean, minus what I paid for it. So I don't know, over $15 in profit on one card. That's great. But while I was grabbing that one, this one was right next to it. It is a Mewtwo V promo card from the Sword and Shield era. I think this came in maybe like a Pokemon Go ETB, or I think it was in an ETB, but I'm not sure which one. $3 plus eBay standard envelope. Starting to lose my voice. That's not great. I was wondering, when the sale came in last night, I was like, okay, well, eBay standard envelope, but it's got this packaging, so it doesn't really fit in with my ship shields without having to fold that plastic around. So what I'm going to do, I figured out, is I will still use the ship shield and a team bag, and what I'll do is I'll just put the card like this, not in, well, actually, you know what? I will slide it in. I just won't close it. And then I'll put it in the team bag, and that should be perfect. I mean, if this little part bends around, that doesn't matter at all. It's the card that matters. So that'll work out great. And I got an email from Ship Shield just the other day that, I mean, I've already ordered a crazy amount of these, so it won't be anytime soon. But they now make these with a peel away adhesive strip. You can also get them customized with your own logo on there. I don't know how much dollars that adds to your order for either one of those things, but on the next order, I'll look into that because I like having my logo on stuff. All right, next thing going out, A4 is a Canon PowerShot SX something, 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 something. I think it's this, which it is. And for that camera, $46 plus shipping. I accepted an offer. I think I had it listed $54.99, something like that. I paid $3. I paid less than $5 for it, but I think it was $3. That's a great flip. The small digital cameras, it's not all of them, so you should look them up, but don't pass them by. I have sold so many of these. Let me just go ahead and pull it up. Of, you know, the Canon Sure Shots, the Power Shots, the Sony Handycam, stuff like that, where it's such outdated technology, but for some reason, they still sell really good. It's unbelievable sometimes how much money you get. And then watch out for the ones in good colors, like pink specifically. You do get a premium. Don't throw your money away. Comp it against color ones that are the same color. Don't comp it against a different one that's black or silver. Comp it against ones that are the same color. Some of them have a really good premium on them. Next up, A3 is an antique Gillette razor. A3. I think it's actually this right here. Seems much smaller than the picture, but of course the picture is cropped and zoomed. And yes, there it is, right there. Gillette razor. I will double check because it looks a little different than in the picture, but I think it's just that this part is turned the other way than the picture. Flipped upside down, or in the picture it's upside down. One or the other. I got that in a Macau mystery box, so I paid less than $1. $34.99 free shipping. I think I sent out an offer and it was listed $39.99 free shipping. Next up, Sock 11 is a Snap-on socket right here. This one is a FAM 8A 3/8 inch socket. And for that one, $16.99 free shipping. Those sockets I listed have been going amazing. I'm really happy about that. I'm not shocked. They're Snap-on. That was the intent. I looked for Snap-on. I found the Snap-on. The Snap-on sells. Snap-on. Should I say Snap-on again? Snap-on. And there are other brands that do okay, or even as well, but there are some that you should not pick up at all. I don't have all those details yet because I have some that I shouldn't have picked up. I have some that are selling great. After this summer, I'll have a pretty good grasp on it because I went hard on buying them for that exact reason. I want to get my hands on them, figure it out. And it's a item you get cheap enough where you can kind of just scattershot and you're not going to get hurt. Next up, D5 is a Geigerig Guardian pack. It's a backpack right here with a hard shell protector type thing. And I was trying to figure out what this was when I listed it. And I think it's like a camel pack type of situation, but it just doesn't have the bladder in it. So that's what the hard shell is for, to keep your water bladder or whatever liquid you keep in it from being damaged while, I don't know, mountain climbing. I don't know. $34.99 plus shipping. So that's pretty good too. Got that in a Macau mystery box, so I paid less than $1. And then next up, we have a viewer sale. It is, and I listed this, I don't know, hours before it sold. Ferris Bueller's Day Off VHS, new in package. This is unfortunately not the one. This is the second run of this VHS, which still makes it better. But if it's the original, what year did this come out? 1986 or something? Yes, 1986. This is the 1992 version. If you find sealed the 1986 Paramount version, where it'll have, instead of this type of seal, it'll have Paramount. on it, and then just instead of a clear plastic, it'll have a like a watermarked plastic from Paramount. That one, this one, $14.99 free shipping. That one you'll probably get double that. So it's not, you know, not hundreds of dollars, but for a VHS, it's still good. I always check sealed VHS. And there was a message, so let me check that out. And that is going out to Corey, Tin Cup Flipper. Corey is active in the comments, been really nice to me, great to the channel. Hey Drew, I'm a fan of your YouTube channel, always asking questions. I appreciate the info you give. I'm also a part-time reseller on here, Tin Cup Flipper. And I'm collecting sealed VHS tapes from my childhood. So cool. Ferris Bueller, I mean, that's a must-have. I don't have this one yet. I hope all is well. And Corey, thank you so much. I will also throw in a tip of the Mitt Flips sticker, and I'll put it with your order right now so I don't forget, because I would. And speaking of hope all is well, it won't be last video, but a couple videos ago, I mentioned what had been going on in my life, and the amount of support that came out in that video, honestly, you guys are too nice. That's part of the reason why I did it. I've gotten nothing but positivity back, and I try to give positivity out. And if you got a nice back and forth of positivity, the positivity grows, it expands, it infects the people around you. So thank you to everyone out there. Corey, thank you for the order that's getting sent out today. And if you have any you're specifically looking for, let me know. I'll keep my eyes open. All right, next thing going out. A3 is a Barry Bonds lot of cards. And of course, one sells right after oh, it's right on top, so what am I complaining about? I just restacked those, and I was like, oh, it's gonna be a pain. I'm gonna sell the one on the bottom, but it's right on top. Barry Bonds, $8.60 free shipping. Do not do this. That's my warning I have to give every time. This is not worth your time, effort, any of the above. Here's a tip for you. When it comes to the junk wax era cards, the more famous the star is, the less likely the card is worth anything, because people saved those ones. Everyone had a binder of Jordans. Now Jordans, that's a whole different thing, because it's like one of the only cards that's worth anything. But beyond that, you need Bonds, rookie. You need Griffey. It's got to be a rookie. It doesn't. The most random players end up having the most valuable cards because they either had short print runs, or there was a set A and a set B, and it only came out in set B, and B was a short print run, stuff like that, or it was an add-on set. There's usually a reason why. It'll usually be a Hall of Famer, but not a Barry Bonds type Hall of Famer, which he's not in the Hall of Fame, right? Because they're still keeping people that juiced out, which, come on. Just make a separate wing in Canton. Just Canton, right? That's where that's baseball Hall of Fame? Or is that football? I don't know. Sports guys. Sports people. Correct me. But just put a separate hallway. Make the asterisks. Put them in the Hall of Fame. Just put the asterisks. Just do it. It's stupid. And Pete Rose. I mean, Pete Rose. Put stinking Pete Rose in already. What is this? You've ruined this man's life, where he's had to be signing autographs in Vegas his whole life because, I'm not going to go on and on, but put Pete Rose in the Hall of Fame. Let him get back into baseball before he dies. That's what they'll do. They'll wait till he dies, then the next year they'll put him in the Hall of Fame. Just a joke. Next up, C5 is a tail light. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where are you at? Hiding back here? Yes, you are. And this, I got in a Mikhail mystery box. And so I paid less than $1. And you'll see there's a hole in the middle there. $24.99 free shipping on this. But the hole, I also had one that sold without the hole in it. And what it is, it's like a blue, almost looks like a gem, but there's a blue insert that goes in there, where just the insert you can sell as well. $24.99 free shipping. I said that. And last thing going out, B3A is an Epson 302 XL Black, buried down here under some knives and silverware. And then also this Princess Wand and Band sold, but they didn't pay for it, so of course not. And that seems like always a thing. The people that don't pay are I think it's sold for $7.99 free shipping. And this right here, it says no expiration date in the title because it doesn't have one on it. Of course, they do expire. So I'd say I got a 80% chance this is not going to have an issue when it's sent out. But I wrote no expiration date, possibly expired. Will that save me? Should. Will it? Maybe. All right, $12 free shipping for that. Got in a Macau mystery box. Less than $1 is what I paid for it. I definitely will get a chance to pack all those things up because this is 19 orders and it takes up this much space. This is, I mean, throw it in a bag, throw it in a bag, throw it in a bag with a little bit of bubble wrap, throw it in a bag, throw it in a bag, throw it in a box, throw it in a bag, throw it in a bag. This will be the most difficult one, and it still will only take me 2 minutes. Because I'll take 2 USPS boxes, I will Frankenbox them together, and it'll be done. Because I don't even need to use packing material, because I don't got to bubble wrap it or anything, because it is unbreakable. That's the stuff I like to sell. I have, unfortunately, dove back into the realm of the stuff I don't like to sell this summer, and there's a reason for it, and I hate to tease it like this, but I'll get to it probably in the next video. I just got burnt real bad on one garage sale, and it left a taste in my mouth, so now I've been buying things I shouldn't, like a couple of the items I listed today, like this ashtray that'll probably never sell. This is actually a really neat Pyrex bowl. Sell-through rate, not great, and usually that's something I would pass on, but again, I hate to tease it, but check out, I will make it very clear which one I'm talking about. I missed big, and it just, like I said, it left a nasty taste in my mouth, so now I've been buying stuff I shouldn't. That's the way to fix it. Make up for losing out on one item by buying a bunch of stuff you'll lose out on the other end. Good job, Drew. Well, that's gonna be all for this one. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, go ahead and give it a thumbs down. Subscribe, share, and we go to each other. Just really neat. Hey, little feet. Do they ever really fix things? I have no idea what this is. What do I care? Let's go. I'm good at this.